Hey, what's good? Manuel here, and in today's video, we're going to be going over how to find the best options to trade for beginners. But real quick, before we get into the video, if you're new here and haven't already, please be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon so that you don't miss any future content. And also, while you're down there, hey, be sure to smash the like button. It really helps to support the channel. Without further ado, let's get into the video. I want to give a real quick shout out to Goldie Fuego that asks, can you make a video on how to find stocks to trade for beginner options traders? Without Goldie, this video probably wouldn't be. So if you find this video helpful, be sure to go give Goldie a shout out down below in the comments. Now, the way this video is going to be structured, the way I'm going to explain things may be a little bit different than most others that you're going to see on this topic. I am personally going to tell you how I do it. I don't know if there is a specific way to find stocks, but I'm going to show you how I do it, how I find which stocks I'm going to trade, and kind of how I pick the stocks. And I'm going to show you the platforms I use. So in this video, the two applications we will be taking a look at is Webull. If you don't have a Webull account, hey, be sure to check out the referral links down below in the description. I believe they're usually giving away anywhere from 6 to 12 free stocks when you sign up using the link down below. And the other app is going to be CNBC. So again, real quick, before I show you the platforms, I want to talk about my thought process. So you probably clicked on this video because you are some sort of beginner options trader. Hopefully you're not just 100% completely new to the stock market. Yes, options can make you money a lot faster, but you can also lose money a lot faster. So just want to throw that out there, just in case you didn't know. Options is 100%, it is leverage. You essentially taking one stock and multiplying it going up by 100 or multiplying it going down by 100. Before you get into options, you should be familiar with stocks, the way they trade, the way they move, and which stocks you like, and kind of the way they chart. So with that being said, the first step is actually going to be getting familiar with stocks and the way they move, and kind of forming a watch list. Because when it comes to picking which stocks to trade, it's going to come down to your watch list. I have a watch list of about 15 stocks and ETFs that I'll typically look for trades throughout. That is typically where I'll look, and if I don't see anything I like, I will not trade that day. With that being said, there's going to be a good criteria when it comes to finding stocks to trade. And for me, it's going to consist of about 3 things. The first thing, you're going to want volume. All right, volume just shows that there is enough people trading it. Without volume, you don't really get much volatility or movement. Volatility is going to be how fast and violently the price moves up and down. So having good volume on the stock, that means there will be good liquidity, and it'll be easy to get in and out of trades because there will always be someone else who wants to purchase it. So in order to find these stocks with good volume, you're probably going to want something a little bit more popular, maybe like an Apple and AMD and Amazon, something like that. Something in the S&P 500, something that has eyeballs on it. You don't want to trade some penny stock that nobody's ever heard of that moves like half a cent a day, unless you have some news that is about to just make it skyrocket. So yeah, the first thing is look for the volume. The next thing is going to be, you're going to want something you're familiar with. So again, you want to be familiar with stocks and the way they trade, because say for something like earnings, which happens 4 times a year, stocks will typically trade a certain way for earnings. And if you know the way that certain stocks trades for earnings, or if you know the way that stock trades for a certain event, that gives you the advantage to kind of just look back at history and trade based off of what it's done in the past. And last but certainly not least is going to be what I was just talking about, the history. If it is a brand new stock and it has no trading history, if you're a beginner, you should probably stay away from it. You want to look at something that has trading history, that you can kind of see, oh, it goes up this much, then comes down this much. You want that history there to kind of give you a basis to trade from. And with that being said, let's hop in Webull so I can show you my watch list. All right, so here we are in Webull, and this is my watch list. You can see we got Apple, AMD, all the way down to the VIX. These are the stocks I personally like to trade the most. The DXY and the VIX all the way at the bottom, those serve as more of indicators on how the market is doing for me. But yeah, this is my watch list, and kind of how I have formed this is just going and looking at popular stocks, choosing what I see in the news the most, choosing what I have been the most successful trading. And yeah, this is my watch list. Honestly, a lot of it is tech, and there's always a lot of eyes on tech. So me personally, I don't have a problem trading volume. But the cool thing about Webull is, say you're completely new, don't know what stocks you want, you can actually click on this markets tab at the bottom and do some searching. They have this advanced and decliners tab. If you want to trade IPOs, they usually list the IPOs. I don't suggest trading IPOs, especially if you're new. And here's a cool one, like to find stuff for the short term, you can look at top gainers. Right here we have the top gainers pre-market. You can look at the top gainers after hours. You can look at the top gainers over the past month. You could look at the top movers. This is a good place to look for reversals, but really if you're looking to make a list, I would start online just searching for S&P 500 stock list. And then right here, after I searched the S&P 500 stock list, I found it shows the S&P 500 companies by weight. And honestly, it is not a bad idea to just take like the first 15 off here and use those as stocks to start with. Not in my opinion. Again, this is what I would do. You'll actually notice a majority of the stuff on my list is right here in the top. You know, I got Apple on my list, Microsoft, Nvidia, Google again, Tesla, Meta. So yeah, right there in the first 15, you can find a good mix of stocks to trade. All these stocks will have good volume, and really all you need is just to get familiar with their charts, even if it comes down to you just picking 2 or 3 of these stocks. If I had to pick anywhere from someone starting out to pick new stocks, it would be right here in the S&P 500. And then when it comes to finding news, I use the CNBC app. It's not going to have news about everything, but anytime anything big comes up, if I see something on here, I might make a trade from it. But with that being said, as a beginner, this is where I would go to find the best stocks to trade. The best stocks, in my opinion, are going to come from the S&P 500. They're going to be the stocks with the most volume and good liquidity, where it's easy to trade in and out of. And when it comes to finding what stocks to trade that day, if you don't know how, that's going to be based more off of news, if that's how you like to trade, which is something I recommend a little bit less because news comes a little bit less frequently. But the real way to figure out what to trade is going to be looking at the charts. If you can learn how to read the charts, take the time, start with basic support and resistance, learn how to set price targets, learn how to identify trends and stuff like that. It's going to help you a lot more trading level to level than trying to trade off some news. So with that being said, if you have any questions, comments, anything like that, please leave them down below in the comments. If for some reason you made this far and haven't already, please be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon so that you don't miss any future content. And also, while you're down there, please be sure to smash the like button. It really helps to support the channel. And last but certainly not least, thank you so much for watching, and peace.